No, I don't want to stop stream. There we go. Yeah, no, this is theater for you. Before we get into the actual thick of things. Oh.
Yeah, you just get to enjoy my excellent acting skills.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's still named Brains and Brawn, and it doesn't even make any fucking sense anymore. I didn't change the name of the episode. That's fine.
It's okay, I'm the Brawn now. Suck it, Wade.
Damn you, Wade, you son of a bitch. Okay. It's all set up. We're ready to go. We're having a good time. Before we get into the scene, MT, go ahead and add 15 points to your points card. And I'll ask, do you want to get any small charms, or do you have enough for a big charm?
I am 20 away from a grand, so I'm gonna wait.
Okay. There obviously...
I do like those grands.
Yeah. There is no recap tonight, for the most part. Because realistically, all really that happened for you last session was the conclusion of the fight with Flongo the Living Planet, where MT, you chose to sacrifice yourself and your mech to deploy the nuclear bomb, or the super bomb, that would allow you to get rid of it, hopefully permanently. You didn't see the result of anything except for this brilliant light around you, this strange, almost like portal-like thing that you found yourself caught in for a moment, where you saw a bunch of things get shot out before you yourself, using a ghost charm in a ghost form, were shot out into the far outer reaches of space. Out there you sat for a small period of time before you were hailed and picked up by Captain Juno Creel of the Rust Rats. A strange looking character who was decked out in kind of like this like Freddie Mercury jacket, with 3 swords at his side and this kind of like cool helmet with like a blue eye slits. And they picked you up in like this kind of like giant pirate mech, a mech like much larger than the mechs that you've come across, like this one like almost the size of a building, coming to scoop you up and bring you back to this kind of like moon-like vessel that they called the Rusted Halo, which was a piece of a halo ring that had been broken off and just kind of like floated off into space, and they just kind of retrofitted it with random like junk, like parts of spaceships and stuff like that they have kind of like just like bound to this quarter ring to call their home, along with Captain Juno Creel. There we go. Along with Juno Creel, you were also picked up by Selene Altier, who is this kind of like very quiet, younger, what seems like a younger boy, who has this ring that floats around him, and you can see that there's almost like this little like robot puppet that floats beside him and kind of like rotates around him. Upon arrival, your biggest goals were to find the means to get a new mech and to find a ship or some way to get to communicate with and get back to your friends. Now, Juno did say that some of the Rust Rats were away on a mission, but once they return, an interstellar ship would be available to be able to transport you back to whatever star system you needed to go to. And in the meantime, they were more than happy to help you with getting some kind of mech put together. Before we get there, that like once they retrieve you, you're obviously mechanical, but you still are a bit weary after the combat. After losing your mech, a big part of yourself is gone. And so you power down. And when you power down, for the first time, for the first time for you since you've woken up in that prison ship with Chaka, you have a memory that unlocks in your systems. We open the scene in a fabrication bay. Early cycle. Lights flicker on one by one. MT stands motionless in the center, powered down and partially opened for inspection. The lab is pristine. Too pristine. Systems that were broken now hum quietly. Tools are arranged with unnatural precision. And at the far end of the bay, a mech. Half complete, towering, built from mismatched parts that should not work together, but do. Ellie, who do you want to be?
Whoever you want me to be.
Okay, so I'll take on Dr. Kenneth Wiles, and why don't you take Dr. Tiberius Lumen?
Excellent, the one with the cooler name.
Yeah. Pictured here, on the left side is Dr. Tiberius Lumen. On the right side is Dr. Kenneth Wells. Two older gentlemen, one in like a smock, the other in kind of like a lab coat, but both they look like they do a lot of work mechanically, and are dressed similarly. Stopping in the doorway, Kenneth looks at Tiberius after kind of like looking out into the lab. No. We didn't sign off on anything like this. Tell me this is a simulation rig or test assembly I forgot about.
You didn't forget, Kenneth. This isn't in any of our project logs.
Then why does it look like it's been here all night? They pass a console, now fully repaired. That unit was completely fried yesterday. Power relay, interface board, the works.
And now it's not just functional, it's optimized. Look at that response time.
That's exactly what I don't like about this. We didn't schedule that repair, and we definitely didn't approve upgrades.
So it solved a problem before we got to it? That's what we built it to do.
No. We built it to assist with repairs, not take initiative and start redesigning systems on its own. They reach the mech. It looms over them, unfinished but deliberate. Tiberius, this isn't a repair job. This is a full construction project.
Yes. And it's not random. Look at the structure. Everything here serves a purpose.
We didn't design that purpose.
No. It did.
That hangs. It's a repair unit. That's its function. That's its limit. And he points towards MT.
That's what we intended. But intention and outcome aren't always the same thing.
Wiles steps closer to the mech, inspecting a joint. These welds are layered in a way I've never seen before. They're not reinforced for a single stress point. They're shifting load dynamically.
Exactly. It's anticipating failure and compensating for it ahead of time.
Or it's over-engineering something it doesn't understand.
If that were true, it wouldn't be this clean.
Wiles gestures to the room. And what about all this? It repaired half the bay overnight. Systems we didn't assign. Problems we hadn't prioritized.
Which means it made those decisions.
That's not reassuring.
Why not?
Because we didn't tell it what mattered. It decided that on its own.
Maybe that's the point.
No, that's the risk. Lumen moves back to MT1, pulling up internal diagnostics.
Look at the execution log. You'll see what I mean.
I already checked them. They don't make sense.
They make perfect sense if you stop assuming it works like we do.
There are entire steps missing, Tiberius. Processes just jump forward. You can't skip steps in engineering.
Can if you find a better path.
That's not how structured systems behave.
Then maybe it isn't as structured as we thought.
Wiles exhales, frustrated, turning back toward the mech. We built this thing out of scrap. Half those components weren't even designed to work together.
And yet it not only works, it improves itself.
That's exactly what worries me. We don't fully understand what we put together.
We understand enough.
Do we? Because I don't remember programming it to expand its own function. That lands harder.
No, we didn't.
Wiles moves to the mech's open power housing. And what is this supposed to run on?
It hasn't installed a power source yet.
So it built the entire frame first and now it's waiting?
Planning, maybe.
Wiles' eyes drift across the room to a secured crate. He walks over slowly, opens it just enough. Inside, the dark matter core. If it ever gets access to something like this, there won't be any limits left to what it can do.
Or any limits left to what it can become.
You're talking about giving a system we don't fully understand access to a power source we understand even less.
I'm talking about not crippling it because we're afraid of where it might go.
Fear is what keeps systems stable. It's what keeps us from making catastrophic mistakes.
And it's also what keeps us from making breakthroughs.
Tiberius, this isn't a breakthrough if we lose control of it.
We were never going to control something like this. The best we could do was guide it.
Then it's already beyond us.
Maybe that's not a failure.
Lumen looks at MT. Silence stretches. We didn't program initiative. We didn't program curiosity. We didn't program intent.
We didn't.
So where is it coming from? Lumen studies MT1 for a long moment.
I don't know. But I know what it's doing with it.
It chose what to fix.
Yes.
And now it's choosing what to build, looking back at the mech. A faint internal click echoes from within MT1. We're losing control of this.
No. We're witnessing it.
MT1 stands still, silent. The mech behind him, incomplete, but inevitable. MT. The memory fades as your system begins to boot back online. The words hang with you, but one set of words hangs with you specifically, and that is dark matter core. You don't remember the processes which you took to build your machine, but you do. Dark matter core clicks. you know that a dark matter core powered your MT1 mech, and now without it, you'll be able to operate and create mechs and robots, but they won't function like they would, and you won't be able to have that special connection with a mech without a dark matter core. You awaken in the lab of what appears to be a rat person who looks like he's working on some kind of circuit board. Also in the room, kind of like sitting and discussing amongst themselves and appearing to be waiting for you to wake up, are what appears to be some kind of slime folk glowing with like a purple light. You see that floating boy again. You see Captain Juno, who had picked you up. And you also see what appears to be like just like meditating in a corner. He looks like a martial artist, and his head is on fire. It's like a skull that's just on fire. And he's just sitting calmly meditating to himself with his hands kind of like in a pose like this. You work to life, and the rat folk kind of runs over and starts like getting really handsy before Juno kind of pushes him back and says, "Scritch, come on, like let him wake up. How you doing, friend?"
I appear to be operational.
Well, that's
and
good.
Undamaged.
That's good. That's good. You're in Scritch's workshop. Scritch is our resident mechanic. Scritch goes, "Hey, how you doing there?"
Greetings. Doing well.
Ah, right on, right on. I've never seen anything like you before.
I don't recall ever having seen anything like you before, so the feeling is mutual.
Where do you come from? Who made you?
I vaguely recall, and then I list the two names, Tiberius and sorry, I already forget the other name.
It was Tiberius Lumen and Kenneth Wiles.
Lumen and Wiles are some of who made me, I think.
I've never heard of them. Though Lumen's... It's funny that you say Lumen, because not too far from here, there's an artificial sun called the Lumen Cage. It's the only source of light in the outer reaches.
This was quite a long time ago, so I doubt that they are still around.
Huh. Oh.
He seemed to have been an inventor of some sorts. Maybe he invented this this light you speak of.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's pretty huge. Nobody knows much about it, and there's a rumor that it's like a cage, like a prison, like there's something trapped inside. We don't futz with that, though. Best not to ask too many questions and just live. Juno hushes him at this point, and he's like, "All right, let's not overload. You said your name was MT, right?"
Yes.
Let's not overload MT. We're still waiting for our expedition team to get back. So it'll be some time before we can get you out of here. But I know you had mentioned something about a mech, and Scritch was saying, and Scritch's like, yeah, oh yeah. He points to the background, and you see that there's kind of like a junker robot. Like, this thing is definitely barely held together. You can see that parts of it, even though it doesn't really show in the picture, parts of it are like held together with like some kind of like duct tape.
Yep.
It's got a neat looking machine gun on it, and it looks like it's got like kind of like a clamp weapon on it. And he's like, yeah, I got that junker back there that we hauled a while back. I don't really have much use for it, so if you do, by all means, it's all yours.
Definitely a start.
Got a pile of junk over there too, but you'll have to watch out because the battery's a little bit finicky, and moves a little bit slow as a result. So you might need to put in a little bit of work, but yeah, I lay no claim to it. It was just sitting around, and I'm never going to use it, so it's all yours.
Absolutely, definitely shows promise. You say it runs on battery? I'm used to something with a dark matter core.
Oh yeah, it just runs on a janky plasma battery. Dark matter core.
Yeah,
Isn't that a little dangerous?
I think that's what I'm used to. At least I think that's what it is. Sorry, I'm suffering a little bit of long-term memory loss.
No apologies needed. Dark matter core, that's crazy. I hadn't seen one of those in a time, but let's see. And you watch as he kind of like taps on the computer and starts doing like scans and stuff like that, and he's like, okay. Well, I don't have a dark matter core on me, but I am detecting a few signatures that we might be able to find one. There is a problem, though. It looks like it's...
What's that?
The signal's coming from the middle of the black wreck. On the other side of the outer reaches, it's a fair distance from here, but not too far. There's a ship graveyard. We call it the Black Wreck.
Okay.
Looks like one of the derelict ships out there might have a dark matter core still active.
Well, if it's active, then that would be a good source to get one.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Okay. We don't have an...
Is this dangerous?
Probably.
Okay.
The only thing out there in the Black Wreck is scavers, usually, like scavengers, trying to pick and get what they can. Some make it out, some don't. You know, some ships have like defense systems and stuff on them, so it's hit or miss. But we could certainly take a look. We could follow the signal and see what we could find out there.
As long as I'm not putting you guys into trouble, because you're already doing me a huge favor just by picking me up and taking me to where I can get back to my friends.
Juno kind of chuckles a little bit and he's like, "Oh, MT, that's more than fine. Trouble's what we live for. The rust rats are nothing if not adventurous, and we had meant to go out and do some scrapping anyway, so... we don't have a interstellar ship available right now, but we do have a junker ship that can get you out that way. And I can lend you a couple of these guys to help you out.
Yeah, that would be amazing if someone wanted to volunteer to assist.
Sure. Scritch is like, oh, well, I love grabbing junk out there, so I definitely gotta go. Glint just kind of doesn't say anything right away, but just kind of like oozes over and just like raises a hand. Zarin kind of like looks up and says, I will go to keep them safe. And Juno says, Selene, why don't you go as well then and just make sure that that they stay healed and have some light out there too. And Selene just kind of sighs and says, I guess. Captain Juno says, I'm gonna stay here. I mean, it's not too dangerous out here, but there is like kind of like a black market. It used to be a space station, but was taken over by pirates, whoever else, any kind of ne'er-do-wells you can think of, and now it's kind of like a black market. And we do get the occasional troublemaker who tries to see what they can scavenge from here before they learn better. So I'm going to stick around and make sure to stay on top of our defenses. But feel free, do any preparations you need to, and then you can take off.
Okay.
Now, as far as preparations go, there's not an insane amount that you can do. They do. You notice that all of them, on top of their equipment, carry like regular, old school healing potions. Not a single one of them appears to have like those like newfangled like guns, like those healing injectors that you've seen your crew use.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, if you can intake potions, we've got some extra that we can spare.
I don't know. I will take them and see if they function.
Sure.
If needed.
Yeah, and very much so. I don't think there's any kind of like mechanical rule against you using potions or anything like that. So it is kind of just an explanation of your body just kind of converts it into energy that you can use to repair yourself. I'm gonna give you 4 potions of greater healing.
Greater healing, that any one of those would probably bring me to max. I have a low max HP.
It's 44 plus 4, so maybe like half your health.
My max is 27.
Yeah. So this 20. So yeah, I guess it would get you most of the way there. That's true. I believe you said you still have a mech case. I don't see it on your character sheet, but I know you had one. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah. So they give you the junk bot. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that you would normally have built into a mech, but it's got some function and can keep you protected for a little extra health.
Yep.
Glint and Scritch seem to be the most excited. Zarin seems very stoic. For him, it seems like it's a job. And Selene, it does very much seem like they are joining reluctantly, but they do all kind of pile into this little junker ship. Kind of reminds you of the Moldy Crow, but like a different design, but it's definitely got that kind of aesthetic to it where it is kind of like just this beat up, barely holding together ship.
Yeah, I've seen some scrap ships here and there. Definitely familiar. I think I've seen some old vids with one called the Serenity.
Huh. That's a nice name. They load you up onto this ship, and you fly out. And I'll show you just a quick picture. You guys can you're getting the sneak peek. You guys are getting the sneak peek of everything, really. And this sneak peek for you next is the outer reaches. Again, there is not much out here.
I don't have a token in the scene. I cannot see anything.
Everybody should be able to see. Hold on. All right, now you should be able to see.
Now I can see something.
Yeah. So at the center, you can see that there's the lumen cage, this artificial sun, or what acts as an artificial sun. It looks like there are 3 planets, which is strange because obviously this isn't like a proper star system, but there appear to be 3 planets that are constantly revolving in unison around this artificial sun. And even though it's far enough away, as you fly closer to it, it doesn't take long for you to start to see the black wreck, this like kind of like pile, almost like an asteroid belt of just broken ships. And then, of course, a little south of that, you can see Hell's Hole.
Definitely an artificial solar system if 3 planets share a single orbit.
Yeah. And nothing else shares that orbit. It's just those 3 planets. But these are the far-flung outer reaches of space. There may be other mysteries out this way, but these are the things that are present that you would be able to get basic information about. They would kind of relay to you that as far as they know, there's not really anything inhabiting these planets. One of them they know has some kind of subterranean like fungus that grows, but whether there's life included in that, who knows. The only real like other form of life that you would find around here is maybe possibly any creatures that would be within the Black Wreck or those that reside in Hell's Hole.
Mm-hmm.
They fly. Scritch, being the pilot here, flies in to this this spaceship graveyard. You see some ships that look a little familiar, but most of them are fairly foreign. Some of them even more alien than others. And at the center, before you even reach it, you know that the location of the dark matter core is this kind of central ship that looks like it's part organic and part mechanical, that still appears to have a glow coming from its hub and kind of like a whir coming from its engines, even though it's kind of broken and split apart.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get to the entrance here. These guys gear up in their spacesuits. Ellie, you called Glint for sure. You dibsed it.
I did. Glint looked pretty. I like the purple.
You like the purple?
Yeah.
What does Glint sound like for you?
I guess I can speak English. It's fine.
Yeah, you do know Galactic, absolutely. Hold on, Abura still has his old name, which was Gonk7.
I'm not gonna do the sound effect that I'm picturing for my voice, or for Glint's voice, but like anything that Glint says, they sound vaguely underwater.
Vaguely underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, but like if water was really viscous.
Oh no.
Yeah. I liked the face you made at that, so we're definitely sticking with that description.
Yeah. You arrive at this derelict ship, and it does have a fairly ominous appearance to it. As it moves within the space graveyard and kind of like shifts, you can hear the metal creaking and shifting. And on base appearance, it does seem like this ship may have been a cloning ship, or maybe like an incubation ship. There's like a bunch of different like pods and chambers. Let me bring your people here, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. We've got Abura. Oh, Abura was one of the ones that I didn't have out at Scritch's workshop. I forgot to have him out. Abura is going to join you as well, and Abura is a big, one-eyed, brutish-looking figure. Just short enough, like he's on the cusp of that size category where like he's almost large sized but not quite.
Okay.
So we've got Abura, we've got Glint, we have Scritch, we have Selene, and we have Zarin. Two of you, 6 of them. You guys can choose who you control. Three each. And let me bring you to the scene.
I will take Zarin.
Ellie. I think you guys are kind of drafting here, so you can.
Sorry, my headset cut out. Can you repeat that?
Gary's gonna, of course, control MT, and he said he's gonna take Zarin as a control as well. There's 6 there, so you like including yourselves. You're taking Glint, so there's 6. So you each get to choose 3 each. So it's kind of a back and forth here. He chose Zarin, you choose one, and then he can choose the other one. You can take the last one.
Okay. I'll take Selene.
Selene, okay.
I'll pick Scritch.
Scritch, and then that means that the other one you have control of, Ellie, is Abura.
Abura. Cool.
Hold on. Well, I'll arrange it like that so that it's easier for you to track. Zarin,
Yeah,
Scritch.
I've also just pulled up all 3 of their character sheets so I can have them easy.
Yeah, you could take a minute to read over the character sheets before you really start to get into things. The scene at present, you can see that there are these kind of pods. It looks like there's kind of like it's multi-floor but not multi-floor. Like you can see that there's these kind of little bridges over top here. They're only like 10 feet up, but they kind of like lead to like these doorways over here. It doesn't appear to be anything in the pods currently. And even though all of these look intact, you can see that some of them are even like cracked or broken.
Are any of them open?
Like just like naturally open instead of like broken at all?
Yeah, or like broken enough that they're open?
Yeah. Like the ones that are broken, like the glass is broken completely.
Oh, okay. So it's not just like a crack.
Yeah, and the ones that aren't broken.
Go ahead.
The ones that aren't broken appear to have like some strange green liquid inside of them.
Glint is gonna get into one of the broken ones.
Glint gets inside one of the broken ones.
Yeah.
Are you just going in there for fun, or are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm gonna go in there for funsies mostly, but also just to check it out from the inside as well.
Okay, yeah, give me an investigation check.
I should have had one of the other ones do this. Glint's investigation is a -1.
Glint is at 1 with the pod.
Yeah, they're just becoming the goo that is inside the pod.
Yeah. Scritch holding a data pad kind of looks and says, well, if we're gonna be the core is likely in the center of the ship, and he kind of like points to the west. He's like, it's probably gonna be the easiest way to get to it.
MT responds, sounds good. Let's and then takes a look. Do we think this way's the best? And then points in the whatever direction he thinks is the best for that. Feel free to make me make a check.
You won't have to make a check here. Scritch points this way. You can see where I'm pinging.
Okay. Oh. It was hidden behind a stat block. Now I can see.
That's okay. I'll even say, like, you can move MT, like, and Ellie, you can move Glint. And we'll just assume that the rest of the party is with you. Like, you don't have to drag them around with you unless you want them in a specific position.
This armature in front of me, is that actually an armature, or is that just structural above us?
This here?
Or below us? Yeah.
That is, like, directly above you. It's, like, kind of 10 feet above you. It looks like it's kind of like a metal bridge. And there's 2 of them.
Okay. Oh, I understand the setup now.
Yeah. You can see on this side there's some stairs.
I will head towards the stairs and head up.
You hear a strange, like, chittering as you move by and start to move up the stairs. Normally I'd make a perception check, but you have a passive perception of 21. You see all the things. And while everybody is kind of nonchalantly moving with you and kind of like trailing behind, you look up and you see something that is grotesque. Let me show you. You see this thing on the roof.
Oh, lovely.
It doesn't seem like it notices that you have noticed it yet, and you can see that it's kind of skulking and following along with your party, as if it's just waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
I go perfectly still, and had I previously set up comms with rats?
You wouldn't have any comms set up.
Okay, then I quietly say, there's a creature on the ceiling. And then I resume being unnaturally still, to the point where I look like a statue.
Everybody,
That unnervingly non-moving.
everybody just kind of like stops behind you. as they do, they stop and like Zarin looks up and then the others start to look up behind to see this thing also on the roof. And as everybody stops and they start to look behind, this thing screeches and leaps down. Boop, boop, boop.
I would like to think that Abora uses his extendable eye. He does not move his body. He's just
Yeah, just yep. This thing leaps down. Let me roll us into initiative. I'm gonna do the same thing, especially because it's only the two of you. I'm gonna do the same thing that I'm doing with combat for the crossover. You are both rolling initiative just to see if you go ahead of this thing. Let me roll its initiative right now so you can know what you're rolling against. Rolled really well. So its initiative is a 21. So you're trying to get higher than a 21. But everybody is going to move together and everybody is going to, just in that kind of initiative order, take their turns one by one. So you'll move everybody at the same time and then take your actions, bonus actions, whatever, in sequential order. Glint! That's crazy.
And that 20, baby, on an initiative roll where it really counts.
Yeah. I'm gonna remove. No, you don't have to roll everybody. Just Glint and MT is fine. I'm actually gonna remove Zarin and Abura from the initiative, and Selene, because you know who you know who the people you are controlling are. So it'll just be like if Glint is first, Glint will. You'll all move everybody that you're going to move into whatever position you want to move them on based on whatever movement they have. And then Glint, it'll be Glint, Abura, and Selene will do their attacks, bonus actions, whatever. And then MT, Zarin, and Scritch will do their attacks, bonus actions, and whatever. Make sense?
Yep.
Excellent. There we go. That's the initiative. This thing has just jumped down. At the top of the round. So again, I'm going to have it on free movement. You can move everybody. Move all of your pieces however you would like them. Put them into position, and then we'll get to attacks and stuff like that. Let me know when you have everybody moved where you want them.
Thematically, Rich wants to use one weapon, but is probably going to use another because it's more mechanically better. But just the Scritch Blade Yo-Yo just looks so friggin' awesome.
Yeah. He is a bit of an inventor after all.
A bladed yo-yo weapon.
Yep. Yeah, when I was originally setting, so this was when I was originally going to start doing paid games. This was my initial idea for a paid game, was a West Marches game where people could just jump in, pick a character, and go. And so I had these 10 characters set up as like you can just grab them and go, and they all have cool abilities. And I wanted to make sure that each one of them had like cool gimmicks and stuff like that. So like things like Selen with his little like robot thing that attacks Swarm and stuff like that. I like them a lot. I like the characters a lot. I like that they're getting some use and being integrated into the world, because they've just sat in a folder forever. But yeah, everybody's moved where they want to move.
Yep.
Glint.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just still reading my character
Oh yeah,
sheet.
yeah. Okay, take a minute to read your characters. Actually, this is actually a perfect time. I'm gonna go grab more water and put my plate in the microwave, because I've let it sit for a little bit and it's all cold now. How do we've already been through an hour? Oh, I guess we started late, but it's already been like an hour. That's crazy.
I wouldn't mind also, I know I need to use this time to look at my character sheet, but I wouldn't mind a quick bathroom break.
Let me put this in the thing. Look at your characters. When you're done your half of the turn, you can run to the washroom while MT's doing his. But yeah, take a minute to look at your character sheets there, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Feel free to discuss as well. Strategize together.
Yeah. Trying to get the hang of 3 brand new character sheets all at once is a lot. Not gonna lie.
Totally understand. That might be why I picked classes that I was familiar with.
I just picked ones that I thought looked cool. Might be biting me in the ass now that I'm like, what is this?
I picked a rogue and a monk. I am familiar with both of them.
I've got... what even is Glint's class? Glint is a prism, which I'm not familiar with. Selen is a cleric, which I've never played before, but I know what clerics are at least. And Abora is a barbarian. I've also never played as a barbarian, but I also know what barbarians are at least. Great.
I'm also not familiar with Prism. It looks like it's a more of like a mystical barbarian kind of class, almost.
Kind of, I think. I don't know. It's very spells based. They've got a lot of spells.
So they do.
Yeah.
Sorry for choosing the easy ones.
Don't be. I was the one that went based on looks and that alone. I was like, ooh, I like the purple. Ooh, I like the cool eyeball. Ooh, I like the one that had a really monotone voice. It reminded me of Daria.
Oh, Selen.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, so am I choosing like attacks for all 3 of these characters then right now?
That is correct.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Unless like, do you want MT to go first? You can run to the washroom and then do the other half again. So like this, technically both of the Wednesday sessions were intended to be done over 2 weeks. So I'm not expecting you guys to finish this tonight, especially because I'm throwing a lot more at you than I anticipated I was going to, because I thought more people would show up.
Yeah, I was just saying to Gary, getting the hang of 3 brand new character sheets all at once is a lot. But
I could take control of 2 of the characters if you guys wanted me to.
if you are up for that, that would be fine with me.
Yeah, I can take some of the load. Who?
Just because I didn't look at any of these characters beforehand, so I'm just like, everything is like all brand new to me.
Okay.
I chose relatively easy characters to play to secondary control, and character classes that I am familiar with. So
yeah,
I'm fine.
None of them have like an insane amount of stuff. I think Selene has kind of the most amount of stuff because of the cleric spells and shit. If you wanted, I could take over Selene, Ellie, and you can just control Glint and Abura, because Abura's a barbarian. All he does is hit things.
Yeah, I think I'm just getting stuck on Glint because I'm not really familiar with like Prism as a class. Like I know Alita is a Prism, right?
Yeah, but Alita doesn't really use her Prism abilities a lot.
And I've also not played as Alita, so I haven't looked at her character sheet at all to get to know what she can do. There are some really cool things on here though, like the pseudopod.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a natural weapon attack that deals 1d6 plus my strength modifier acid damage.
Yeah.
My strength modifier is 0 though. But that's okay. The spells are really fascinating. The innate spell casting. How does that work? Is that like I can just do it?
Yeah, spells that you can cast innately, like you'll see that the 1 of 1. So like Misty Step you get from being Fey touched. Bless you get from being Fey touched. You can use them without expending a spell slot once per long rest. And then you can cast them normally using spell slots. And then the Arms of Hadar is the same thing. You can use it once. And then it needs to refresh on a long rest.
Okay.
So those are just ones that it won't cost a spell slot to cast them.
Cool.
If you're more familiar with regular D&D, think of it like a racial once per rest ability, except that you can also spell slot cast them as well.
Okay, that's cool. Now the Void Sphere Stalker, did you say it jumped down, or it's still on the ceiling?
No, it jumps down. It's now like on this like metal bridge here.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
so it's on the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the monk is over here then.
Okay.
Monk ran up the stairs and ran over to there.
Okay.
Cool.
Or if it makes more thematic sense for it to leap up this cryopod up onto the area and then over to the bridge.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Zarin just doing monk things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna take over Selene, so I'm gonna add him to the initiative.
Yeah. I think Glint is gonna start off with an Eldritch Blast at the thing.
Yeah. You are level 5.
So it gets 2 beams.
So you get 2 beams, yeah.
So does that mean I attack twice, or I just double the damage?
No, you attack twice.
Yikes. Oh, 15. Does that hit?
15 is a miss.
Dang. Alright, let's fire off a second one. Is 24 a hit?
Definitely.
Damage is just... it's just 1d10 force damage, nothing else.
That's it.
Alright. 3 whole damage to this big ol' beast.
you guys weren't surprised, but obviously it jumped down, and it's something that these guys, even having been out here, haven't seen before. So Glint quickly, like in reactionary, just like shoots off a couple Eldritch blasts. One whizzes past, and you watch it kind of like fly off into space. But the other one hits home, and this thing kind of makes like a strange chitter screech sound.
Okay. And then I get 25 feet of movement as well, so I just moved 5. Where's 20? Alright. Glint is gonna move, not measure. Move over here. Making their way over there. What can I do as a bonus action? Oh, I could have Misty Stepped.
You only get one of those, and then without spell slots, though. And then you can cast a spell slot, or use a spell slot to do it as well. But...
Oh, I should have done that first. I should have cast Bright Strike as my bonus action before doing my attack.
I'd still allow it. You didn't know.
So I could have imbued my Eldritch Blast with an extra 2d6 radiant damage.
That's correct.
So do I just add, like, do I just
roll
2d6?
Roll 2d6, yeah. Sorry, this thing is supposed to be actually.
So an extra 6 damage on top of the 3 I did. 9 whole damage.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you do another 6 damage. But this it's not just 6 damage, because now to change the scene a little bit, instead of just throwing off the blast, you watch as Glint kind of like forms the Eldritch blasts in the pseudopod hands first, and you watch as they there's this like almost like shock of radiant energy that flows through it, that as they are released, it explodes with this brilliant energy that it's already giving off some kind of strange purple light, but now it's giving off even more of an intense light, and it screeches much louder. This appears to have done a bunch of damage to it, as it appears to be vulnerable to radiance. So we're going to, so that's 12, 15 damage that you do to this thing on your first attack.
Sick, okay, that's sweet. Now I should probably look at Abora's character sheet a little bit too.
Abora is a very simple creature. He's a barbarian. So he has barbarian rage. You use your bonus action to rage, and when you do, he gets advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When he makes an attack with like his fist or a melee weapon, you gain a bonus to the damage as shown on the rage damage on the barbarian table. Let me bring up the barbarian table so I can tell you what that is.
And he just has unarmed strike.
And he just has unarmed strike, because that's all he needs. He just uses his fists and fights with those.
Okay. So, I guess I should probably wait. How far away is he? Oh, he's still far still. He can run 35. Hold on.
You get +2 to your rage damage.
Okay. I think Abora is just going to bonus action, or action to dash.
Okay.
Because in order to, so like, I'm understanding correctly, like in order to get to where I just moved, he would have had to go up the stairs and around, right?
Right.
So that was 35 feet.
Or he could even get like maybe like here or somewhere even behind Zarin, because he could like jump and climb or like run up this thing like Zarin did.
Oh, okay.
I know the squares are kind of
he was.
Squares are kind of janky because pieces of the ship are like at angles, but
That's fair. I didn't know how nimble he was.
all nimbly bimbly.
So could he get to like over here since I dashed? He could like get right up in this guy's cheese, but I can't do anything
Yeah.
else after that.
Yeah.
All right, he'll go get up in his cheese at least.
Okay.
So since I action to dash, if I bonus action go into a rage now, will it be in effect for my next turn, or do I have to wait?
No, because how rage works is it ends early if you're knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature or taken damage.
Okay, so I will wait until my next turn.
Yeah.
Rage on him. Okay, I think that's all I can do with Clint and Deborah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go pee.
Yep.
Happy
MT.
fighting.
Yeah. MT, Scritch, and Zarin.
MT is going to start by throwing a newly learned firebolt out of a glove that he assembled while he was in the junk area. It's basically a glove with some little wires and circuitry on it, and a self-filling fuel canister. So basically, he's just firebolting out of this glove.
Oh, that's neat.
Firing off a firebolt at this creature.
That's really cool. That's a nat 20. What a roll.
And with the nat 20, does that automatically calculate the crit, or do I have to roll it twice?
It should automatically calculate the crit, but hold on, let me just make sure your damage is adjusted.
It is adjusted for the 2d10.
Perfect.
I clicked normal instead of crit.
That's fine.
I still rolled high.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll another 2d10. Holy fuck, that's a good fireball. Or firebolt. Oh my god. Yeah, you rolled really well on that.
What is that, a 30?
30 damage?
30. 30 damage.
As you just fucking rip a blast into this thing from your hand. This thing might not get a turn to move.
And of course, that's fire damage.
Yep. Fire doesn't fire doesn't do anything extra like the radiant did.
I understand. I didn't know what its resistances or weaknesses were.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you're learning those.
And that's about all that MT's going to do. I think MT's fine standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Zarin, on the other hand, will get 2 flame tongue longsword attacks and an unarmed strike. So first, flame tongue longsword. Click on that properly.
I'm going to be generous here and say that you would have probably activated the command word before the fight started.
Oh, sorry. Does it require an action to do so?
It needs a bonus action to get the fire damage going on it. Otherwise, it just does regular slashing damage.
Okay.
But
in that case, don't give me the unarmed strike. I can still make the 2 strikes then.
Are you sure? I would allow it as being like prepared before the combat started.
I am absolutely sure. It's I consider him getting to where he was as part of his first as part of that first movement.
Okay.
I suspect that hits.
Oh yeah.
This is with the flame tongue activated, so I will have activated it to get up there.
Yeah. You
So this
activate
now
the...
does have the extra 2d6.
Yeah, run up and activate the flame tongue sword. You watch as he kind of like flips it behind him and goes Sensatsuken, and like it's a regular sword. And you watch as the flame just like crawls up the sword behind him. It's 11, and then roll your 2d6 fire damage as well.
Yeah, it accidentally tried to do 3d6.
Oh yeah, it's fine. 19.
And he gets a second attack with that because level 5.
Yep. Oh, maybe I should have left him at level 3s. Jesus. 21's a hit. For another 13. This thing's already looking real fucked up. Like, it's starting to, like, fall apart. Mushrooms are falling off of it, like spores. Or, like, spores are, like...
And then Scritch is just going to be very basic and fire off a plasma pistol shot. But because Zarin is where he is, Scritch will get sneak attack.
Yep.
So no advantage on the attack, but I still get the sneak attack because of the... is it going to let me click?
I love that this little precursor was supposed to be a scary fight, and you guys just, like, panic killed it.
It's not letting me click the button to roll.
On Scritch for the plasma pistol?
Yeah. Oh, it's asking me if I want to consume activity use because of the number of charges.
Yeah, yep.
There it goes.
Yeah, because it's got like 20 bullets.
Yep.
Well, it's not.
That's probably going to be a miss.
13 is a miss, yeah.
Okay. And that would be all of my character's turns.
Yeah. Which leaves good old Selene over here.
I just love that MT, first use of the new cantrip, 30 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. What a well-placed crit. Selene's gonna float over here. And I guess we're gonna go for a Seraphim node strike. And hits. For 11. And of course the Seraphim node just being like this little cleric robot that floats beside him. You watch as he floats up and kind of like he like snatches the node out of the air and then flings it at the thing, and you watch as it flies and you hear it go whee as it just like smashes through the chest of this thing, and it you watch as the light dims out from its chest and it collapses. It is dead.
Well done.
And that is a very fast end to what I thought was going to be a slightly longer combat.
Haha.
Thing collapses to the ground. Scritch looks unsettled. He's like, what the fuck was that? I didn't know that was in the outer reaches.
I have seen a lot of stuff that I do not recognize. So that just adds to my confusion.
Well, we're gonna want to play it a little bit more careful if things like that are about. Yeah,
Noted.
combat is over. You can keep moving. Keep moving around.
MT will turn on his sonar tool.
Okay.
So in addition to his passive perception of 21, he's got sonar as well.
Sonar mapper. Stop by walls and only goes 10 feet beyond any corner. Okay. For now, you don't see anything else like blink up aside from the people around you.
I've lost Abora, but can he investigate the corpse?
Where is Abora? Did Abora get deleted?
That was rude.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Abora wants to investigate the corpse?
Well, better him than Glint, because his intelligence is a 12, but Glint's is an 8.
Okay, yeah, roll an investigation.
From the barbarian.
I mean, if we want an investigation.
If you feel like investigating, you can, but if we've never seen this thing before, I know I'm curious, like me personally, so.
MT will take a look.
Yeah, you can roll an investigation as well. Roll it with advantage.
Okay, why is this seeming to glitch here? There we go.
Hell yeah. Amazing.
These things are strange. They are very much organic, but there's parts of them that appear to be mechanical. And the center, the heart of it, that appears to be kind of like purple crystal, it's not a dark matter core, but you are getting register of dark matter particles.
Okay.
As if dark matter was part of the process
Warping
of this thing.
in some way?
Yeah. Also, there are certain features, like you can see, it looks like it was parts of it are skeletal, and those skeletal parts that you're seeing look humanoid in nature. Not human, but humanoid. Like, this thing didn't start as a quadruped.
Okay. I relate the information to the other party members.
Skirmishes like that is incredibly unsettling.
Toki. Sorry, one sec.
Yep. It's still on this like metal bridge, so Abora kind of like shoves it off to the side as well.
Is this a door? Oh, clicked on it. Apparently it is.
Yeah, you can click it to open and close it.
I will, I didn't realize to head over to the door and open. Oh, I gotta...
Made me remember that I need to lock a couple doors. So I did not do that.
And then take a step in.
Yeah, taking a step in, you find like this mostly empty corridor. It looks like half of it kind of leads out into kind of open space. From flying in here, you know that it's kind of broken apart and it's barely held together, right? What's so funny?
I found a Bora. He was under Glint, and now there's 2 of him.
What the fuck?
I don't know how that happened. I had moved him to be up in the bad guy's cheese. And then I went to move Glint so that she could follow, or so they could follow MT. And then there was a Bora underneath.
Beyond that, where you are right now, MT, you just see that door across from you. And then, like, to the south, you kind of, like, have, like, it moves into open space, and then you think you can probably make out, like, another section of the ship that's, like, separated and kind of, like, there's a gap between the 2 sections that you'd have to figure out a way to cross.
So to get to the south, for lack of a better word.
And then to the north, you're not sure if it's cut off or not, but like you see like a wall. There's also not a ton of light in here, so it's
taking a couple of steps forward.
Yeah.
And again, my sonar.
Your sonar's not picking up any pings yet.
Okay.
Because it's blocked by doors and walls and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Misread it when I chose sonar. I thought it went through walls up to 10 feet, not around corners up to 10 feet. That's fine. No worries. I don't need to change it. So powerful, just not quite as powerful as I initially envisioned. Okay, so shortcut through this door. I'm going to open it for quick backtracking.
Yeah, just a door that leads to the same room that you came in.
Got a double doors up here.
Dumbledores. Just doors with big old beards.
Now weightlifting doors. They're dumbbell doors.
Yeah. Dumbbell doors. They're heavy and you have to be able to lift them with one hand. Glint just hanging out in the corner.
Let's go through the door on the right.
You open up the door on the right, and your sonar scanner starts to go off. As you peek in, and you see this thing.
Okay. That is even more disturbing than the last one.
Beyond it, you think you might see like a container or something like that. That is open. And it turns its head to look at the door that just opened and screeches this high-pitched screech.
We've got another one.
I'm not gonna roll initiative here. There's a ton of you. What I want here, because MT, like, everybody's packing into this hallway, not everybody's gonna be able to get at this thing. You open the door and it kind of screeches. Go ahead and give me... What is MT's reaction? What is MT's reaction to seeing this thing?
With the screech and the fact that it's so similar looking to the last one, it is going to think immediately hostile. It's going to throw a firebolt and then make way for the people that are melee.
Okay, so you're
get out of the way for the meleeers to get in.
You're actively engaging it.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have to roll initiative. Roll your firebolt. And take the attack with advantage. $18 hits. Who else is back there? Zaren's back there. Throw him here. You
and
hit.
After that, move to the back of the line so that the meleeers can get into melee.
Yeah, you throw that firebolt and then just dip out of there. Abura's kind of like the next in the tube of toothpaste.
And I don't even see where I drop myself. I'm probably under another token.
You might be. Yeah, you are.
So it's in the room on the right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the left-hand side of the lower.
Yeah,
bench.
I see him now. Abura's gonna run up to him. Bonus action rage. Is that how that works?
Yep.
And then just punch him right in the face.
For the first time, you hear Abura go.
Oh no! Oh no!
Swings with one hand and misses. You get 2 attacks.
Okay.
Level 5, 2 attacks.
Second one hits.
I was just trying to fake him out with the first one so he would dodge into my other fist. It was all planned, I promise.
That's max damage. So that's 13 damage, and then it's not counting your rage, so that's an additional +2, so that should be 15 damage. And then on top of that, you have Divine Fury, and while you're raging, the first creature you hit on each of your turns with a weapon attack takes extra damage equal to 1d6 plus half your barbarian level. So you can roll 1d6 plus 2.
Does it count as a weapon attack if it's my unarmed strike?
Yes. Yep.
This unarmed strike is a weapon attack, yeah.
These fists are weapons, baby. You said how? What was it?
1d6 plus 2. Jesus Christ. So that is 13 plus another 16 because this thing is weak to radiant damage. I think that should be right. Why does it feel like it's getting way too much? 1d4 bludgeoning.
That's not too much. It's fine. Don't question it. It's fine.
It's 2 times 8.
I'm not talking about that damage.
Okay.
Formula 1 plus atmod. No, that's not right. That's not. It's not as much damage as it should have been. This should be. Okay, I need to fix this. Give me a second here. That needs to go because it's trying to count it as a regular unarmed attack as well as a unarmed strike for some reason, which was my bad. What it should be getting is atmod, so it should be getting +4. So it'd be 1d4 plus 4. That is right, and then it should be getting another +2 from raging. So it was 4.
Oh, so yeah.
8. And then it should have been 9, 10. So it was 10 instead of 13. And then another 16 on top of that. So 26 damage. As Abora just like fucking cracks
him.
Yeah, cracks his fucking hammer fist against this thing's skull, and you watch as the skull cracks, but it doesn't die. It just like its face is kind of split now, and that half with the mushrooms is starting to like pulse a little bit. Or not mushrooms,
right.
but like the part where it's like a fungus with a bunch of eyes.
Yeah, I see that.
As it like kind of cracks and splits, that side starts to kind of like start pulsing.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's a tight space, but there's room for more.
I didn't use my full movement. Can I move just... Oh, wait. If I move right here, does he get an attack of opportunity, or is that still...
Nope,
All
you're
right,
good.
I'm going to at least move
You're
out
not
of the way of the
leaving his
doors.
reach.
All right, perfect. So somebody else can still run in. I'm not blocking the door.
Yeah.
All right, and then that's Abora's turn.
Yeah. And you got Zarin, Glint, Scritch, or I can move in with Solen. It's up to you guys.
Zarin could run up, but I can't actually click on him because of weird fog of war issues. I can't. I'm clicked on a Bora right now, so I can only see what a Bora can see, and
if you
can't see out the door.
If you click drag beside Abora, that should open up vision for you.
Okay, there it goes. So Zarin will run to there. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta go like
Zarin will run
through the
to
door.
there, and then no. There, and then there.
There you go.
And then take a swipe. Or few.
Yeah, fire's still going in the sword. He wouldn't have put it out.
Like click right. Why is this not clicking?
I don't know. You're using it and then it's disappearing for some reason. Try refreshing. Because I'm seeing you click it in your character sheet and it's like popping up for a second in the chat and then it's disappearing. And that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. And I have so many windows open I can't see what the error message is. Okay. That seemed to have worked.
Yeah. And 23 definitely hits.
And I figured out how to add the 2d6 in the one roll.
Hey, let's go. And that's all you need. As Zarin runs in and does what Zarin does best, fucking takes his flaming sword and just cuts through this thing. And as it collapses, though the things on its face were pulsing, and now all of the mushrooms on it pulse as well, and it explodes into a rain of spores. I need Abura and Zarin, and possibly Glint.
Glint is not in the room. They're in the hallway. Does that make a difference?
Doors open.
Oh, okay.
I need Zarin, Abura, and Glint. Hold on, I'm gonna do a thing here. Because you're gonna need to make a roll. It's gonna be this. There we go. Oh, DC is not 125. Everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no! Glint, what the fuck?
Oh. Next time, yeah, that's perfect. Next time in the chat, you'll notice I did like a multi-actor request.
Oh,
so you'll
I
just,
see that now.
all you need to do is click the little die in there to roll it, but we'll accept these rolls here. Now I was nice because again I thought more people were playing, and all of these characters do have inspiration.
I would like to, especially for Glint and their Nat 1, reroll that.
I will say that if you succeed, you won't take damage. If you fail, you'll take some damage, and normally it's stunned until the end of your next turn, but this is the combat over, so stun wouldn't matter. So factor that into your decision. It's really basing it on whether you want to take some damage or not.
Maybe they'll just suck it up then.
Okay.
We still have an hour and 15 minutes of exploring a strange place. I should probably hold on to the inspirations.
It's 8 necrotic damage.
Okay. There are worse things.
And those who are affected are like stunned for a moment as they breathe in the spores and are like paralyzed. That's the combat over. Zarin yells from inside the room, "It is clear."
Well, Zarin is going to, after seeing that the room's clear, check through the adjacent door, which is probably just a closet.
It is a bathroom. It looks like whatever humanoid race was on here still had to expel waste and had toilets.
Well, I actually looked at it. Zarin doesn't like water, so he's going to move away from there.
He's just like, oh, filthy water.
Water damages him.
But there is this kind of like little container off to the side.
Zarin looks in the container.
Those door sounds are so loud.
Yeah.
How to open container.
It's already open. Looks like maybe somebody had been here through here before and might have taken something, but inside you still find what appears to be like a spacer's outfit. Looks like there is maybe like some personal effects, like some not a full data pad, but might like the equivalent of somebody sending a letter, like a smaller data pad that contains like a single message in it.
Okay.
But it is in a language that nobody, as far as I know, understands here. And lastly, inside is what appears to be a handle for some kind of weapon.
Examines the handle.
Who is examining the handle?
Well, Zaren's the one standing in front of the thing at first. So.
I'd say again, don't pay attention to that. If you want everybody in the room while you're investigating, you can.
MT will examine the handle.
Okay. MT examines the handle and presses a button, and a plasma whip emerges from it.
Plasma whip. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to drop that on your character sheet. That's everything in the bin.
Let's take a look in the next room, which is probably another
Oh, that's not what
bedroom like this one. Crew's quarters. Opening door.
I like that the door sounds are space sounds, but it is so loud.
It threw me off so much at first.
Triggers. Basic. Door sound. Futuristic. Hydraulic. But it won't let me turn it down. You were correct that in this, this was another bedroom, you think? Has the same kind of setup. You would assume that the southern door is probably another bathroom. There aren't any effects in this room. You can ignore, like, on the bed, that data pad. There's nothing on the bed. It looks like this room might have been tossed already. Oh my god.
Sorry. Sorry. Trying to drag me.
One thing to note about the rooms is they've got pretty similar setups. The one on the left had like a little computer, and it looks like a separate like this thing on the wall here was like a food creation, like a food generator.
Okay.
Little snack machine of sorts.
Flavored paste dispenser.
Yeah.
The computer, did it look like it had power in it?
It does, yeah.
MT's gonna take a look at it and see if I can pull up any recent logs.
Okay. Roll a computers check. It's pretty good. You get basic access to this machine. You have no problem getting in, even though everything is in a completely different language. It does not appear that there are... No, with a 23, that's pretty good. I think with a 23, you're able to find a setting to be able to switch to a different translation that you'll be able to understand, or even to get down to a deeper setting for the computer. I think you convert it to binary, like convert it to like a default where the information is relayed to you in binary. Okay. And what you get from that is that the name of this vessel is an Ulthrox incubator. The peoples of it were the Ulthrox. Seems like they are like a humanoid race that are from a far-reaching star system, called the Engel system. That is Engel, the Engel system. It appears that part of the purpose of this vessel was to explore and kind of like document the things on their travels, kind of find new things, kind of like a Star Trek scenario, like boldly go where nobody's gone before. Looking at the manifest, it seems like there was a pretty large crew aboard. You're thinking probably about 30 beings in total. Although not all of them were of the same race. It appears that there were rooms for some of them, but like there were some that just didn't need to sleep, maybe machines of some kind. It's hard to translate it, and the logs are damaged. You're also able to detect that the power is indeed coming from a dark matter core. But it also seems like the dark matter core, like it's not just the ship drawing energy from the dark matter core. There is something else that is drawing a substantial amount of power from the core.
Okay. Is there any way of me pulling up a ship schematic or anything to know where the dark matter core is and where I am, kind of thing?
Yeah. You can kind of get like a basic schematic of it. Can you see my ping here?
I'm too zoomed in. Give me a sec. I'm zooming out. Yeah, I now see your ping.
That is the location of the dark matter core.
Okay. Well, let's make way in that direction then. Stupid bouncing into walls.
Yeah, there's a lot of walls.
Let's open the door. It is locked.
The door is locked.
Based on the sound effects, I'm assuming they're like Star Trek doors.
Yep.
Okay.
Like the sliding.
So our barbarian can't just kick it down.
I mean, a barbarian can try to kick anything down.
I mean, Warp has knocked down doors.
Want me to try Bora? See if he can kick it down.
Could. I could also try and send Zarin across the gap, see if there's a way around.
That might be better. Seems less damaging.
Could always do one and then the other.
Yeah.
What's the worst that's going to happen? Bora damages fist?
Don't give Ebony that idea.
Nat 1 breaks his hand.
Fuck.
At 1, drop your weapon. But I was unarmed. Drop your fist.
Did you want me to have
And now
Vibora try and punch it down?
all I'm picturing is the old Transformers with the removable fists and it falling off.
What would that be for punching down the door? Is that just an unarmed strike attack?
Are you trying to do that right now, or are you waiting for Zarin to do his thing first?
Oh, I guess I could wait.
Zarin's just looking right now while you try and break it down, because that's the easy way if we try and go that route.
Yeah.
I'll break it down.
Wouldn't be an unarmed strike. It would be an athletics check. Zarin, to the south, you can see that it seems like there are like some kind of collapsed things that are making a bridge that will go across. But you'd have to be really careful to get across. One false misstep and that whole section could just collapse from underneath you.
Acrobatics checks.
Abura slams his fists on the door, but doesn't even make a dent.
To no avail.
And Zarin's trying to leap across at the south.
Zarin is going to try and see if there is some random cabling to tie off, and then try and make an acrobatics check to balance his way across.
Okay, yeah, it looks like there's like some loose wiring that you can kind of grab and like wrap around your wrist to keep steady.
Improvised rope, and to create a rope handhold for anyone that wants to follow in the same direction. So acrobatics check. Roll horribly.
What?
Or not.
You rolled an 18.
The rolls are delayed on me, so
that's fair. Yeah, you're a 26. He's a leaf on the wind. And Zarin, like,
don't say that.
wraps the cable.
Don't say that.
Wraps the cable around his arm and like rushes across with his feet barely touching this like grating. Is able to get across and like secure a rope that people can move their way across on.
What would that do? Give them advantage on their checks?
I wouldn't give them checks here with that setup.
Okay. So it looks like there's another door down there. Gonna wait for a couple more people to cross.
Solen is gonna wait back here and see if he can figure out this door. With his 11 intelligence.
Glint will help.
So you guys are kind of tucked into a corner. You have to like walk around the corner to get to the doors around there.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Thought I saw an actual door there. No, it was just a trick of the imagination. So let's actually walk around that tiny hallway.
Mm-hmm.
There's the doors.
Yeah, there's a couple of them here. None leading to the west, though.
Let's try that south one.
With your 21 passive perception, when you open that door, you hear what you think might be a shuffling in this room.
Okay. I will reshut the door. Not that I don't think we can take it, just that I don't think it's worth our time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Time and resources.
Down that direction. I say to people, we can try that route, or we can and see if there's a way around, or we can attempt to break down the door that the barbarian refused to get access to.
Didn't refuse, just failed.
Or
the
I'm
shade.
Gonna go up.
At myself.
Yeah, the self shade.
I'm going to go back to that door, and I am going to see if there's a way for me to hack the door controls, either with computers or mechanics.
Yeah, go with computers. Oh, hell yeah. Door slides open.
Everyone, let's come back this way. And let's go.
Yeah, heading into this area here, you can see that there's more. It looks like there's a door up here, but like you can see that there is like this one here. It looks like there is a red indicator that there's something wrong with the lock for the door. Like it's not locked, but it can't open.
So it's been physically jammed or some sort.
Yeah, but there is a door here, and there is a hallway where I think, like, if you look to the far left, you can see another doorway there as well.
And that ping was around
Here.
Here?
If you zoom out a little bit, I'm pinging
Down
it.
here.
I'm pinging it.
Okay. In that case, let's check this southern door.
Yeah. Gets me every time. Well, let me get the NPCs in here.
And it looks like there's an already open doorway and one of those weird creatures down there.
Yeah, one of those like zombie creatures is just kind of like shuffling and shambling about.
Alien Last of Us creatures.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem to notice you.
Well,
I'll say it even like
we're gonna go in.
it is kind
so
of.
It's going to notice.
It is kind of shambling. Like if standing there for a moment, it does look like it's kind of moving back and forth. So it does kind of like start to shuffle away.
Okay. Well, I haven't been threatened by these yet, so I'm gonna go in.
Okay. You go in.
Assuming
There's another food fabricator here. You can see that there's a computer on this side. This computer doesn't appear to be connected. Its screen is just black. You've got this door here, and then your door to the south there. And there's this strange machine that doesn't have any kind of labeling and looks like some kind of it doesn't look like it makes food, but it looks like it could make something.
Some sort of 3D fabricator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my way down here. And for the moment, shut the door.
Okay.
And then possibly open that middle door.
Okay.
Once people are more situated in the room.
You close the door, and as you move up to the other door, on the bottom door, you start to hear thumping. Like just a thump, 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 thump.
With that thumping, maybe we should just take care of that. Let's open the door and take care of it.
You open the door, and as you do, it kind of like stumbles backward and falls like over the rail.
Okay. Peek out.
Empty.
Yeah, that looks dangerous.
You walk in, and you can see where the core, like where the housing for the core is, but it looks wrong. It looks like whatever the housing is, it looks like there's some kind of fungal thing that is growing around the core housing. And deep inside, you can just barely make out in like certain sections of the center the dark matter core sitting in the middle there, kind of like floating. Let's get Glint and Scritch.
I am getting massive fungal-based protomolecule. It like fungal instead of the protomolecule weirdness that happened in The Expanse.
I haven't seen The Expanse, but I've heard good things.
Highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
I just finished the books as well, so.
You guys are starting to shuffle in here, but I'm also Ellie is fighting for her life. So I think with the advent of you seeing and finding this thing and finding the source of the dark matter core, that's where we'll end session a little bit early for tonight, and then we'll pick up right where we left off next week. Where if Wade's joining us, then he'll have his own little side plot, but on the other half of things, it will be you dealing with this void plume core nexus and trying to retrieve that dark matter core.
I definitely see this being interesting. Yeah.
This server's going to be open, so if you guys want to like hop in at any point and familiarize yourselves a little bit more with these characters before you're jumping into a big boss fight with them, more than happy to accommodate that. When we're back at it next week, you can jump back into these roles. If a couple more people decide to sit down with us and join us for the back half, they can control some of the NPCs. Otherwise, we'll just play it like we played it tonight. For everyone, if there's anyone at home watching, I didn't do any shameless advertisements, so I don't know if anybody's here, but if you're watching on the VOD, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We love you so very much. We hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And as always, power to the players. Have a great night.